Well, here we are, the Mini 1967. As it came back from the repairers, all the welding's been done underneath. I've just got rubbing it all down at the moment. It's all been rat-sawed underneath. As you can see there, can you see it? No, there. All been rat-sawed underneath. All English white. That's how it looks at the moment. I'm going to be painting it at home. Well, believe it or not, it's coach paint by hand with a brush. Some people think I'm mad, but there you go. I think I can do it, so I'm going to have a go. This lot came back from the repairers, the restorers, fully restored, all new, metal everywhere, new wings, new front. Just got to touch up the engineering there. And then I've got all the doors in the garage ready to paint, or rubbing down anyway. The procedure is 3 coats of primer, 3 coats of undercoat, and 3 to 4 coats of top coat. I'm having it all English white with a black roof. So tune in soon and I'll get back to you with the next stage. Thanks for watching. So here we are looking at the doors. I've just been filled, rubbed down, ready for primer. As you can see, it's a bit of a patchwork quilt, but that'll be okay once it's all painted, I think. Got to fill them holes as well. There's the other one. Ready? And the next time you see me, hopefully we'll have the primer on. Once more look. You can see it's in the usual places. But, yep. So, we'll be back in a bit. So here we are, ready for the primer to go on. It's high build primer, and I've filled all in, as you can see, ready for the first coat of primer. It takes 4 coats to get a good finish. I'm going to do all this front in a few minutes, so you can see. You can see it's filled in, ready, all new wings. I've already done the back and the roof. There's 2 coats on the roof. That's 1 coat on the back. We've got to do inside the boot. And that's got a cover underneath, you can see it. It's rat-sawed underneath. So that should look quite smart. It's good stuff, this paint. Very good. It's from Craftmaster. You might make sure you stir the paint up properly and then just apply it by roller or brush. I find it easier by brush personally, because the rollers seem to disintegrate and leave funny marks. But I might change my mind when I do the top coat, I don't know. But at the moment I'm using a brush. So let's get painting. So here we are, ready to paint. Just got a normal brush. of drips going through. Right there. This is only primer, so it takes 3 to 4 coats to get a good finish. So let's put it on and rub it down for your top coat. Loads of lights going past. What happens when you film? Can you see? Right. Should be better now. Just dry it flat. Just see how it is. I'll show you in a second. A few weeks, I should say. Just grab it on. So this is just the first coat. So I'll bring it back. Hold on then. Yeah, I'll bring it back when we've got the coat on. Well, here we are now, 4 hours. Finally got one coat of primer on the back, 2 on the roof. Not done bad actually, that's pretty good. Inside, still wet. As you can see, I just used up the paint that I had left in the can. And I've used 1 litre up to now. And that's how the wing dries roughly. Not bad, is it? Obviously want a bit of rubbing down for top coat. And that's the stage we're at the moment. Done all this side. can see, and I've got a bit more rubbing down there to do. So here's the roof again. I'm quite pleased with that. Not bad at all. Like I say, put more coats on. When you put the primer on, it's 4 coats, and then you don't rub it down, you put it straight on top. The same with the undercoat, and it's only when you've got the 6th or 7th coat on, you rub it back for your top coat, which at the moment I'm very pleased with it. You get the odd run like I've got there. Can you see it? That's no problem there. I can rub that down. That's no problem at all. Wait for it to dry. Don't try and do it when it's wet because it'll make a right mess. Always wait for it to dry. Same with down there, you've got the brush mark, see it? Just got to rub that down. That's no problem. But it does dry better. So, I'm going to put a few more coats on. I shall get back to you and you can have a look before the top coats. See you soon. As promised, a quick report on the car. Here's the back of it, and that's had 2 coats of undercoat. Bit patch at the moment, but the roof's had 3. You see a big difference there. And the front's had 2 coats, sorry, 2 coats. In the front here. It's a bit more work yet. That's the colour it's going to be, old English white. Let's the engine drop back in, all ready. And then this morning, I've been finishing the floor area off. It's got a bit more to do yet. Got to seam all these joints in yet, all these joints along here and up there. Bought with this stuff. I'm going to use that to seal all the joints. I put undercoat on the dashboard. You can see it's only thin, very thin. So it needs to be a few more coats yet. It's only 1 coat, like I say, just to give it a quick doings. Got to put some more in there, along there, and inside there, inside there. The little container, what they're called. I can't think what they're called. Mine's gone blank. But yeah, that's all got to be rubbed down and filled and seamed. It's got to be rubbed down. A filler. There's no hole there, it's just a bit dinted. So I've tried to knock the dint out and fill it in. So yeah, it's looking well. Let's see if you can see underneath what it's like. I'll be able to see that, I don't know. That's how it is underneath. That's in Raptor. New subframe. All underneath, all brand new. So virtually like a brand new car when it's done. So the next time, hopefully I'll turn the camera on and record. So tune in next time to see what's next. Hi guys, today I thought we'd do my bonnet, probably about the 4th, 5th coat on the bonnet, but today, before we start, I'd like to show you the progress of what we made yesterday. We did the driver's door yesterday, and I just thought I'd show you the results. and then that's how it is now, up to now. And this one is what it was like yesterday before we started. You see the difference in the reflection. Reflection's not as good, so I'm going to rub that down, same as that one, and then we should, oops, you can see me, get a reflection if I can. You see my hand? Yeah, there it is. And that's about 18 inches, 2 foot away, something like that. So that's the sort of results you can get. I mean, I can get it better than that probably if I do another few more coats. See how it goes. But I'll just move the doors and get the bonnet ready for preparing it for painting. Right, now we've got the bonnet set up on the bench, makeshift bench. It's an old door, by the way, if you're wondering. We're going to be using 1200 silicone wet and dry and 2500 to smooth it off afterwards. In a bucket of hot water, clean, with some detergent, like washing up liquid type stuff, just to make it a bit more lubricant. Over there, which you can't see at the moment, is my cook pot with my paint in it there. The old cook pot, just to warm it up. I put boiling water in, but left it to simmer over, just to keep it warm. So that's the shine up to now, which isn't bad, I suppose, but I want to try and get it better. So what I'm going to do is rub it down, and I'm going to use a 3-inch paintbrush, which is nice and soft. Right, so I was reading up about coach painting, and the thing I read was that the old guys used to strip off to their underwear and coat the bodies with linseed oil to stop dust particles and skin particles dropping on the job when they've done it. And they were the only ones allowed in to like a wooden shed, if you like our spray booth today, I suppose, but it was like an old wooden shed. And they used to hose pipe it down with water first, so the dust wouldn't float about. And when the drips had stopped, they used to go in and do the coach painting. But the coach painting in them days used to have their own mixtures, and the similar idea to what I'm doing now, warming it up, but they used to put it on Bunsen burners or flames, candles, which I wouldn't recommend it, highly inflammable. And they used to add linseed oil to it and terps and all sorts of things, their own concoctions, but it's not the same mixture these days. It's more synthetic, which is very close. It's make it more safe for people to use. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is rub it down. So I've learnt my lesson yesterday. I moved the camera so it won't shake. Just rub it up and down nice and gently. I know some of you guys out there think I should use a block, but I've been taught the old way, donkeys years ago. I'm the old school, and this is how they used to teach me when I was spraying cars 40 odd years ago. And this is so you can feel the paint. Never used electric tools where I used to work, never believed in it, all by hand, everything. It was hard work, but you soon learn how to do things and get the proper results. I've not done it for, like I say, about 35 years, maybe more. So I'm new to it, same as you guys out there. Alright, I've got a little bit of knowledge, not a lot, not a great deal. It's just what you pick up over the years. All I'm doing here is just flattening it off, getting rid of the shine so it's nice and smooth. You'll see this in a bit. You can use 1500, anything really, but it just takes a bit longer. I prefer to use 1200. My personal thing, you don't have to do it that way, as long as you get the results. The main thing is you don't go right through the paint, because if you do, you'll end up back at square one. You've got to start again. So it's just nice and gently, hardly any pressure. Let the paper do the work. Let the wet and dry do the work. all you're doing is moving it about. You're the power source, if you like. So nice and gently. And when you come to ridges like that or sharp edges, be very careful because you'll go right through. So you've got to be very, very gentle there. And you want it, as they used to say, like a baby's bum. Which I've never understood that, but most people understand what you mean when you say that for some reason, I don't know. But just rub it back like that, all over. You can see the shine going, which is ideal with what I want. Most people think, oh, what are you doing? You've ruined it. No, you haven't, because everything is fixable. Nothing's ruined on this. Nothing's ruined on this job at all. You can just go over it, repaint it. Well, as I said in the forums, I was quoted £4,000 to £8,000 for a straight 9mm, which is in 2-pack, which in my opinion doesn't look like it's too bright. This gives it a bit of depth, like the old cellulose, like it should be. And for 350 quid, it's worth the effort. And the paint you left over with, if somebody scratches it, or you're in a car park and somebody dings it, instead of sending it in to be repaired in the garage, costing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, you can do it yourself. A panel like this will cost you about 15 quid maybe to do it yourself, probably less, because you'll have paint left over. You don't have to rebuy your paint, you've already got some. So this to me is brilliant, ideal. I'm sorry about the camera shake, you're probably still getting some there. It's the floor it's on. It's an 8-shift bench I've got, so just what I had in the garage really to make up, because I've got stuff everywhere in here. Right, cluttered up. Keep saying I'll get around to cleaning it up, but I've not done it yet. Right, now I'm switching down to 2,500. I'll just give it a quick wipe first. Just give it a quick wipe over the cloth. You can see it coming off there, see it? From the cloth. That's what you want. That's what you're aiming for. Could do with a new cloth really, but there you go. It'll do what I'm doing. Just rub it back like that. Get all the sludge off it. Then we're ready to start again. But for now, we're going with 2,500. And this don't cut it as much, so it will do if you press hard obviously, but if you just go over the top, all you're doing is taking out the little bits of globs or imperfections if you like. It's a pity you can't feel it here, it's like glass. Brilliant, really brings it up without hardly any effort. When you're doing it, rub it all over, every little bit of it. Yeah, when it's quoted at £4,000 to £8,000, he said it without laughing, and I thought it was a joke. I thought, 8,000 quid? He said, well, it depends how good you want it. I said, well, I want it right. I said, for 8,000, it'd have to be like a bloody Rolls Royce. In fact, I don't think Rolls Royce charge that much. I'll have to find out that, how much they charge. I bet it's not far off, and you're getting a proper job off them. Did you know that Rolls Royces, up into the 70s I believe, were done this way? Hand painted with enamel paint. So the story goes, I don't know how true it is, I've not researched it or anything, but that's what I've been told. Maybe you guys out there know better than I do, I don't know. Or you've heard different. I know they still do the pinstriping by hand, which I don't understand that, when you can get a bugler, is it? A bugler to do the same job. But whether it turn out the same or not, I don't know. I suppose it's saying it's been done by hand. What's the difference in it? So, that's that. Do now, wipe it off. Your paint's cooking away. It's not bubbling yet. No, you don't want it to bubble. It's just nice and hot, or warm, above warm. So you can put your fingers in it, it won't burn. You don't want it too hot. And that's the bonnet done. We've just got to wait for it to dry now, and we'll be back in a bit. So now it's fully dry, I'm going to go over it now with a tight cloth. It's like a sticky cloth this, it picks all bits up. And all you do, gently wipe it all over. Make sure there's nothing stuck to it. It's thoroughly dry now. And it's ready for paint. Just quick more over the top. Double sure. There's no greasy marks on it anywhere. That's it. Right, now in my slow cooker, which is over there, I showed you before, that's the paint I'm using, Old English White Craftmaster. And added to that, I've got 10% of that they supply. Well, you buy it obviously, but that's what they recommend to put with it. You don't put terps with it whatsoever, no terps, no thinners, just this stuff. Otherwise you'll ruin the consistency of the paint. Right, so what we'll do now is I'll get full of paint here. I've got it all over me already, off the tin lid. So swipe that off, and then we're nearly ready. Right. Oh, we need to take the tin out and dry it, the bottom of the tin. Just bear with me a second. Let's get this sorted, and then I can show you. It's lovely and hot, this now. It is hot as well, the tin. Stir it up, and it's like that. Can you see it? Yep. So what we'll do now is, apart from getting full of paint, that is off the tin lid, got it all over me. Right, now I've dipped the brush in terps and wiped it, just to give it some sort of primer, if you like. That's my thing. Next, you just drip it in that much. That's all, you don't get it wet through. Start in the corner, and just quick applying it, quick, nice and quick. I'm going to do one half of the bonnet to start with. I'm not going to go right across, because that'll be too much. Now this would be alright to do it in one go if you had two people, one following you around, but we haven't, so I'm doing it on my own. Just keep applying it, not too much, you don't want it running everywhere. Spread it out, that's the key to it, spreading it out. And the nice warm paint just flows. The bit there, somewhere, probably off my head. Still there, come out, little bugger. That's it, gone. So you've got to be fairly quick. Just make sure you coat it all over. Go both ways. Make sure you coated it, and then come back towards yourself, nice and gently, hardly touching the paint. Hardly touching it. Some more, but you've got to overlap it, wet in wet. That's the technique. So what you've just finished on there, you go back over it, but not right along to back where you started, because you'll ruin it. Start at the back end there, at the other end it's starting to dry already, so you've got to be very careful you don't do too much at once. And then I've got to hold my breath when I'm doing this. You'll see it sort of merging together. I'll do the other side now. Now the reason I'm not starting in the corner here is because that's wet, if you like, and it's damp. It's not as wet as you'd like it to be, really. So you've got to be very gentle with that area over here. Just go zigzags everywhere, yeah? All different directions. It was somebody that pointed it out to me actually, to go one way, which I do anyway, but I just didn't think to say in my last videos, unfortunately. And you're just going over the top now, gently. You can see it there drying, can't you? Just caught it in time then, I think. Plus, if you think your paint's cooling down too much, you can always put it back in and come back to the next half if you want to do it that way, I suppose. And just nice and gently feather it off. It's called tipping, this, apparently. I used to call it feathering. That's what my dad told me years ago. It's called feathering. Feather it out. Oops, a couple of drips there, but not to worry, not to worry. Don't panic. The thing is about this, you don't panic. Whatever you do wrong, you can always fix it the next day. Like I say, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be Leonardo da Vinci to paint it, or anything like that. It's just common sense, basically, and knowing how to do it, and this is the way to do it. In one respect, I'm going to be sorry it's finished, because I enjoy painting it. And that is, as they say, is that. I think, yeah. One little bit there on it, bit of dust or crap. Another one. I've got the garage door open, so you can see. Obviously, you'd be doing it in a closed space, I think. Now, guys, how's that? What do you think? Not bad, is it? Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Next thrilling instalment. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Well, by the way, any questions you want to ask, please do so. Oh, and I'm also on YouTube. Steve Hewitt, Mini Owner. Yeah. Thank you very much. And this is it after 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. Not bad shine, is it? Not bad at all. Very pleased with that. I hope you guys have a go. Like I say, it's not rocket science, it's quite easy, really. It's a question of not putting too much paint on and just knowing. By the time you put your undercoats on, you get used to what the paint will do and what it won't do, really. Like I say, you only do the top coats, heat it up. The rest of it you don't, you just put it on neat out the tin. The first top coats, if you like. So the last two or three you put heated up and thinned up. I do anyway, that's the way I've done it. And I've got fairly good results on that, I think. I think looking at this, it's better than some of these new cars I've seen. Some of the orange peel I've seen, that was unbelievable for a brand new car. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you. And this is it after 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. Not bad shine, is it? Not bad at all. Very pleased with that. I hope you guys have a go. Like I say, it's not rocket science, it's quite easy, really. It's a question of not putting too much paint on and just knowing. By the time you put your undercoats on, you get used to what the paint will do and what it won't do, really. Like I say, you only do the top coats, heat it up. The rest of it you don't, you just put it on neat out the tin. The first top coats, if you like. So the last 2 or 3 you put heated up and thinned up. I do anyway, that's the way I've done it. And I've got fairly good results on that, I think. I think looking at this, it's better than some of these new cars I've seen. Some of the orange peel I've seen, that was unbelievable for a brand new car. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you. Here's the bonnet the day after, just to show you how it dries. I don't know if you can see that or not. The sunshine, well, not sun shining today. It's got a good gloss. You see my hand? Where is it? There. So you can see it. Reflection. But that's about 3 foot, maybe more, 4 foot away. So it's definitely pretty good. That you don't get many cars as good as that these days, and that's hand painted, totally hand painted, nothing else. I'll just move on to the wings now and show you them on the car. Right, now that's fully dry, nice and smooth. I've got my brushes, which is a 3-inch Harris brush, this one, with nice flexible hairs on it, and a tipping brush, which is a special brush. It's thin, it doesn't hold paint, it moves paint about, that's what it's about. It just moves it gently. Yep, okay, so we'll put that on one side. Here's the brush, and then in this cook pots here, I've got my paint, which I've heated up in some water. I'll show you in a second. That's heated up, so it's nice and thin. Good stir. Okay, put that there, and then we'll start. Can you see there? I think you can. Tilt it up a little bit. How's that? That's better, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so get the brush nice and wet. Not too wet. Got a brush bristle there. Sticking out, it don't matter. Right, so all we do is start putting it on. You've got to be fairly quick. And all you do is put an even coat on. To the end. And that's where the tipping brush comes in now. All we do with that is nice and gently just take out the runs, well not runs, but build up a paint so it's nice and smooth. On one side. More paint. Go over it again. Watch you don't get it too much in there because it'll run. And you always make sure you go back over the piece you've already done by a couple of inches. That way it stays wet, the paint. How much I'm putting on? Just keep brushing it in checking for runs. You might find a run here and there, but if you do, if you get it early enough, there's no need to rub it all down. It's just fine. You see, you can't see very well in here because I'll just come put a light on it. That make it easy. Oh yeah, that makes it easier. I can see anyway. And then we just brush it in. Push it in. The trick to it is to keep the brush moving and just gently wipe it. I'm just gently touching the metal work. Hardly touching, because I'm smoothing it out. I don't want to move all the paint about, I just want to get the ripples and the runs out really. Now over here I'm rubbing it in because I'm mixing it with the last lot. Like that. You can actually feel it drying a little bit. So you've got to be fairly quick. Like I say, as long as you don't do too much in one go, it's not so bad. And it helps with heating it up, because then it seems to flow better rather than dragging. I mean, I use this as a tipping brush as well, but hardly touching the surface, it's bouncing off. There's a bit of mist there. I could feel it under the brush. You get used to what it'll do and what it won't do, this stuff, it's very good. More on there. This is trouble when you're trying to demonstrate it to somebody. You just do it automatically, but now I'm missing bits because I'm trying to show you at the same time. That's all you do. Like I say, if you get a run, don't panic. Don't try and take it out with your brush now, because you'll make a mess of it. You're best off waiting and then sending it back, wet and drying it back. And eventually you'll get a good finish on it. And that's it. Really, basically, that's all there is to it. So I hope that's helped you. And hope you have a go yourself. It's quite good fun actually. It's once you see the results, it's good. So thanks for watching, and I shall get back to you with another video when I'm doing something else. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Oh, by the way, you see it like it's rippling now. It'll just dry flat itself. It'll just merge together after about 20 minutes, half an hour. It'll just smooth itself out, self-leveling. So, yep, thanks for watching, and I hope that's helped. Thank you very much. Bye for now.